Have you ever wondered what the Bible says about the Filipino people? It's a question that might have crossed your mind, especially if you're a part of the vibrant Filipino community or simply someone intrigued by the rich tapestry of cultures and their reflections in religious texts. The Bible, an age-old reservoir of wisdom and guidance, has been interpreted and understood in myriad ways across different cultures and communities around the world. The Filipino people, known for their deep-rooted faith and spiritual inclination, have a unique relationship with this holy book. The question then arises, does the Bible reference the Filipino people specifically? And if it does, what does it say? We live in a world that's constantly evolving, where the lines between different cultures are becoming increasingly blurred. In such times, understanding the perspectives of our religious texts, their relevance, and their interpretation by different communities becomes all the more crucial. This understanding not only helps us appreciate the diversity of our global society, but also prompts introspection about our own beliefs and values. Every verse, every chapter in the Bible carries a message, a lesson. But what messages or lessons does it hold for the Filipino community? What aspects of the Filipino culture and ethos can we find reflected in these ancient texts? And how have these biblical teachings shaped the Filipino way of life over the centuries? These are some of the intriguing questions that we will explore in this video. We'll delve into the Bible, sift through its verses, and try to discern what they reveal about the Filipino community. It's a journey of discovery, of understanding, and of appreciation for a culture that, like every other, has been influenced by its spiritual beliefs. So let's dive deep into the biblical verses and understand what they reveal about the Filipino community. It's a fascinating exploration that promises to shed light on the intersection of faith, culture, and identity. So, buckle up, keep an open mind, and let's embark on this enlightening journey together. Remember, the more we know, the better we understand. And the better we understand, the stronger the bridges of harmony we can build. So let's dive deep into the biblical verses and understand what they reveal about the Filipino community. The Bible, being a universal book, speaks to all nations and cultures. It weaves a tapestry of wisdom, guidance, and love that is meant for everyone, regardless of their race, culture, or nationality. Let's delve into some general verses that demonstrate this universality. The book of Genesis, for instance, starts with the creation of the world, not just one nation or group. It says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." This sets the premise that God is the creator of all, not just a select few. Similarly, in the book of Acts, Apostle Paul speaks to the Athenians saying, "From one man he made all the nations, that they should inhabit the whole earth." This verse again emphasizes the universal nature of God's creation, that all nations, all people, are part of His grand design. In the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus instructs His disciples to go and make disciples of all nations. This command, known as the Great Commission, further affirms that the teachings of the Bible are meant to reach every corner of the globe, every individual, every culture, and yes, that includes the Filipino people. It's important to remember that the Bible is not a book of exclusivity, but inclusivity. It doesn't single out specific nations for salvation or condemnation. Instead, it offers a message of hope, love, and redemption for all who are willing to listen and believe. This is beautifully encapsulated in the book of Revelation, where John the Apostle envisions a great multitude that no one could count from every nation, tribe, people, and language, standing before the throne and before the Lamb. This vision of unity and diversity is the ultimate representation of the Bible's universal appeal. In the Bible, there are no specific references to the Filipino people, but the messages are applicable to all. This means that the teachings of the Bible are as relevant to us today, regardless of our nationality or cultural background. They guide us, inspire us, and challenge us to live lives of love, faith, and service, just as they have done for people throughout history. Before we continue, a quick reminder. If you're finding this exploration of biblical references and Filipino culture intriguing, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Now let's move on to our next segment. The Bible's teachings have greatly influenced Filipino culture and society. Exploring the depths of this influence, it's fascinating to see how the Bible's teachings have shaped the values, traditions, and even the day-to-day life of the Filipino people. It's a rich tapestry of faith and culture that's woven together with threads of biblical teachings. Take, for example, the renowned Filipino hospitality. This is deeply rooted in the biblical teaching of love thy neighbor as thyself. Filipinos are known worldwide for their warm welcome and their willingness to open their homes to guests. This is a living testimony of their adherence to this biblical commandment, demonstrating love and kindness to others, regardless of who they are or where they come from. Another notable trait of the Filipino people is their resilience. They are known to withstand trials and adversities, always managing to smile amidst challenges. This resilience is deeply linked to the biblical teaching found in the book of James, which encourages believers to consider trials as pure joy, knowing that the testing of faith produces perseverance. This teaching has been etched into the Filipino identity, enabling them to face life's storms with courage and optimism. And let's not forget the profound faith that is a hallmark of Filipino culture. The Bible has a significant role in shaping this faith. The country, being predominantly Christian, has its faith practices and rituals deeply ingrained in biblical teachings. From the fervor of the Holy Week observances to the joyous celebration of Christmas, the influence of the Bible is ever present. The Bible's teachings also resonate in the social values that Filipinos hold dear. The emphasis on family unity, respect for elders, and the value of hard work can all be traced back to biblical principles. These values are deeply ingrained in the Filipino psyche, guiding their actions and decisions in their daily lives. Moreover, the Filipinos' sense of community, or bayanihan, finds its roots in the biblical teaching of bearing one another's burdens. This communal spirit, where neighbors help each other in times of need, mirrors the biblical call to help and support one another. The influence of the Bible is also seen in the arts, literature, and even in the language of the Filipino people. Biblical stories and teachings have found their way into songs, stories, and proverbs, further entrenching the Bible's influence in everyday life. The Bible's teachings have indeed left a profound impact on the Filipino way of life. This influence is not just limited to religious practices, but permeates every aspect of Filipino culture, shaping the values, traditions, and character of the Filipino people. It's a testament to the enduring power of the Bible's teachings and their ability to shape societies and cultures. So what does all this mean for Filipinos and the global community? We've spent the last few minutes delving into the Bible's teachings and their relation to Filipino culture. But the lessons we've learned are not just for Filipinos. They are applicable to all of us, regardless of our cultural background or geographic location. The Bible's teachings have a universal appeal. They talk about love, compassion, humility, and unity, values that are not confined to any one culture or society. They are values that each one of us can incorporate into our daily lives. When we look at the Bible through the lens of Filipino culture, we see a deep-rooted sense of community, a strong work ethic, and an unwavering faith in the face of adversity. These are qualities that resonate with us, qualities that we can all learn from and apply in our own lives. The Bible's teachings remind us of the importance of unity and compassion. They encourage us to look beyond our differences and to see the common thread that binds us all. They urge us to be more understanding, more forgiving, and more accepting of others. This is not just a lesson for Filipinos, it's a lesson for all of us. It's a reminder that we are all part of one global community and that we should treat each other with kindness and respect. The beauty of the Bible's teachings is that they are timeless. They were relevant thousands of years ago, and they are still relevant today. They are universal truths that transcend cultures and societies, truths that we can all learn from and apply in our daily lives. So, whether you're Filipino or not, there's a lot we can learn from the Bible's teachings. They provide us with a roadmap for living a life of purpose, compassion, and unity. They remind us of the importance of community, of looking out for each other, and of treating each other with kindness and respect. In a world that is increasingly divided, These teachings are more important than ever. They remind us that we are all interconnected, that our actions have a ripple effect on those around us, and that we have a responsibility to treat each other with kindness and respect. So let's take these lessons to heart. Let's strive to be more compassionate, more understanding, and more united. Let's remember that we are all part of one global community and that we should treat each other with kindness and respect. And remember, this is just one of many conversations we can have about the Bible's teachings. There's always more to learn, more to explore, and more to understand. Subscribe for more amazing content. Keep wondering. Don't miss out on future explorations and discoveries. Hit subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated with our new content. Your journey of wonder continues with every video. Stay connected and engaged on social media. Continue the conversation, follow us. Thank you for being a part of the Have You Ever Wondered community. Keep wondering, keep discovering. Until next time.